Welcome back, guys. We've got a new video today. A friend of mine actually pointed this one out to me. Lawn Mower Simulator. Now, if you're a follower of my Twitch channel, you'll know we play a lot of simulator games over there. Farming Simulator, Euro Truck, American Truck, and so on. And obviously, this might be one in the future. This is currently a demo over on Steam. There's an interview on there as well from the developers who've actually created it and go into a bit more depth as to how they come across with the game and the sound effects and the building of the game. And it's due to come out in September. So by all means, go and grab yourself a copy and have a go at it. Link is in the description below. But let's jump into the game and see what it's all about. So, I've just had a little go of this, guys, as it happens. And for some reason, every time I look at that lawnmower, in the middle, because of the handles on the door at the back, it looks like a character out of Cars. I don't know why. I just see those two door handles and I think, eyes. But there we go. In any case, let's jump in. We're going to go straight into the system there. We're going to play the tutorial. Now, I have actually played this, but again, just so I can show you guys as well. Just to make you aware, guys, as well, I am actually using an Xbox controller as it happens. But we're just going to go straight in and do all the customization. And we're going to give the company a name. So we'll call it, I don't know, call it Buy Grass Limited. Why not? Bye Grass. And then we'll look at doing a logo also. In fact, I'm looking at that now and I'm thinking, wait, buy. We'll just do it that way. Put the company logo in. For that, nice and clean. Edit the intro. I'm just going to keep the employee's position as it stands at the moment. We can give it a name, so we're just going to give it straightforward. And I'm not going to mess about with any of the other stuff and placements. In fact, we'll change the placement so it's back and front. But you can, if you wanted to, guys, you can go into this in a bit more detail. You can edit how the actual player looks, whether it be male or female. What your dynamic colors are. In this case, it's black and blue. Accept that. And we're going to do a test drive on the sticker. State 22484H. And see how it goes. It's not accepting me, even though I'm pressing the button. Oh, it's because I'm pressing the wrong one. Right. Normally, you press A there, but it's actually Y. So here we go. Here, you can familiarise yourself with a particular vehicle in conditions similar to a real contract. Approach the vehicle, get into it, and use the left joystick to move around and the right joystick to look around. As you can see, guys, the graphics are pretty nice. Now, bear in mind, this is not due out till September, so it's got a bit of way to go, and I'm sure there'll be a little bit of tweaks and so on. So let's just jump straight at the vehicle. Once you're in the vehicle, you will need to get started onto the grass. Each vehicle is slightly different. To get going, follow the steps to get started at the bottom of the screen. With the vehicle started, take a moment to get used to the drive over the grass and get used to cutting. Okay, so it's hold the X button in to get the engine started. And then, as you can see there, you got on your directional pad, left and right, to change the vehicle throttle. We're going to turn that right up to the front. And then it's R and T for brake and reverse. And then it's just your right trigger to move forward, as you would expect. Now, it's showing there height grass. It's currently on 9, so that's going to be far too high, I would have thought. Now, I will give you a little sneak peek. I found out it was actually 5 on this occasion. So we're just going to get over there, get a bit lined up. Now, once on the grass, you need to get your deck ready by first setting the cut height and then engaging the cutting blades. You should only turn your blades on when on grass, otherwise they damage them and they affect the ability when they're cutting, basically. So, makes sense. We're just going to align ourselves up a little bit here. I say align, and then it's hold X, it's just a tap of the X. And that's it. As you can see now on the right hand side, the actual blade is actually highlighted in white to show that it's actually working. And I'm just going to take the time to go down this edge. Now, you can actually go into first person view as well, guys, if you prefer that. Now, you've got to bear in mind as well, guys, with this being a little lawnmower as it is, The turning axis is not going to be massive. You're going to be very careful because it's easy to just go off there. And one thing you will notice as well, guys, if there's a bit of a lip in the ground or it's uneven, you will feel it. You'll even see the engine highlight red at times because you're throttling it, I'm guessing. And you can't go too close to the wall, otherwise it will bounce you away from it. And as you can see, you can't always guarantee you're going to get as close as you want. Now, like I say, this is currently a demo, available on Steam for free at the moment, due to be released in the summer of this year. Now, I have actually played Farming Simulator, and when I seen this, I was like, oh, I've got to give that a go. Now, bearing in mind, the more you mess up, the more time it's going to take you to finish it. But by all means, take your time. I'm actually just ramming the actual speed down here pretty quick. Ideally, it wouldn't go this quick. As you can see, because I am, it's making a right mess. So we'll go with half press, and it seems to make a difference. We're just going to go around all the edges a couple of times, and then depending on the size of the land, you might go up and down. Now the good thing is this is only the demo, tutorial, so it's not really going to have an impact on you if you mess up. But if you were doing an actual job, then you are going to get fines, no doubt, if you damage things. Not to mention, depending on which lawnmower you're using, depends on the size of the actual tank, depends on how much fuel you're going to use, so you've got to take that into consideration as well. Don't forget, guys, I have actually moved over to Twitch to continue my streaming. And we stream Mondays, Tuesdays, and the plan is Saturdays, although the last couple of weeks I haven't actually got around to doing the Saturdays. Other things coming up and restrictions being dropped, so people are having barbecues and families are getting together. But the plan is Mondays, Tuesdays and Saturdays. Link in the description, or you can just go to twitch.tv/Bongeye. I've just got a lot of those tall weeds taken up there. And as you can see, you've got your progression at the top, in the top right corner. We will be bringing some more simulators in the future as well, guys. By holding the right trigger in, you enable Pro View. This highlights areas of grass that have not been cut. This is useful when you're trying to find out last bits of grass to cut the compact. Which is, if I was to go into that, as you can see, all highlights white. So you've missed it. Not on this occasion, I haven't missed it. I just haven't got to it yet. That's a good little feature, that. Actually, that's a feature that Farming Simulator would probably benefit from as well. Now I'm actually looking at doing some Farming Simulator shortly on stream, but the reason why I'm not doing it at the moment is I used to have the Farming Simulator side panel, but I actually sold it on, and I'm actually looking at building my own. So hopefully you like the look of this, guys. Like I say, this is just a little tutorial, and then after we've done this one, we'll get to try another tractor, which I must say I actually prefer, and you'll see why when you see that. So we'll probably get our orders shortly to finish this particular one. And again, I mentioned earlier in regards to fuel consumptions and size of tanks, you're going to have the same issue when it comes to your collection box. Now, I don't know if you noticed that, guys, on the right hand side there, my speedometer went red, and that's probably because I was on a high ground. My blades may have been catching, or I was wheel spinning, one of the two. But I'm actually liking this, and I think this will be a bit of a hit on the streaming. So I'm looking forward to this being released. You guys have done a good job. Well, when a friend of mine first mentioned Lawn Mower Simulator, I actually thought he was taking the mic. No, as we all know, simulators are very good. Great work. The real contract, however, you'll be expected to do it, cut the whole grass. When the contract has been completed, you have to drive the vehicle back to the trailer to end it. So in that case, we're going to have to turn the blade off. And we'll drive over to our trailer. And that is the first part of the tutorial. Like I say, we're going to do another one now. And we're going to test drive this one, which is the one I actually prefer, funny enough. Even though it's slightly bigger. All the functions are exactly the same. It's still hold X and so on. Only difference on this one is you press B to lower the actual... to lower the blades at the front. And this is rear wheel axle. Turning. So if I press B now, you should see the front blade go down. Like so. And then it's just a matter of putting the blade on. Now, the thing about this one is, the being rear wheel axle, turning, can take a little bit of getting used to. And again, this has got a slightly bigger turning than the previous one. And because you've got that large mower head, you can kind of see where you're heading this time. See the edge of the grass a bit better. You've almost got like a guideline. Now I'm assuming there are weeds at the back against that wall, but they could just be small ferns growing. So I'm trying not to cut them. I will cut some of them just to show you how it works. It does actually work. Now, if you were doing an actual contract, that might actually be a plant. So the last thing you want to do is cut them, because again, as I mentioned, you will get fined. I will see these. We'll cut these up. You see them just burst into leaves. Hit a stump there. But yeah, believe it or not, this is actually what I find. It seems easier to control once you get the biting correct for your speed. I don't want to. Although I think I am actually going a full pelt here for some reason. I might have just got used to it. Who knows? Now you think if I was cutting them and it was wrong, something would pop up, so I'm assuming they are literally just weeds. They look like weeds, but you never know. And that is our first circle almost done, or our first boundary almost done. There we go. We had a bit of a high area roll. What you've also got to figure out as well, guys, just to be on the safe side, when you are doing this, if you're not cutting grass, lift your blades up or turn your blades off, because even on the grass, when you're driving over it, if you wheel spin or if your blades catch a high piece of ground when you're not cutting the grass, you could damage the grounds, and that would also cost you a fine. Because it's damage. As you can see, because you've got, I mean, I messed up there when I said that, like, but as you can see, because of the size of the head at the front, you've kind of got yourself a straight edge to guide yourself. It just seems to be a lot easier to maneuver. Right, it's asking us to return back to the vehicle, so let's turn that off. Bring the heads up, and we'll drive straight over. So that is, again, just the beginning of the tutorial, and then hopefully we'll actually get on and do an actual job. But I would definitely recommend you go out and try this, guys. It's absolutely brilliant, and it works so well. Now, bear in mind, you may have a couple of issues as the game goes on. You've just got to bear in mind, it is a demo. Things will be getting changed throughout the course of the build until it's released in the summer. Right then, so we are going to buy that vehicle. 2,150, or we could buy that one. We'll buy this one because we can. Let's just jump straight in. This is the contract map where you can see available contracts to select and start. Now that the company is set up, you have a mower. Select the contract button at the bottom of the map, open it and set it up. Okay. Once you set the contract, and you can see all the information about its value and requirements. If you wish to accept the contract, you first need to assign an employer and the vehicle. Select either the employer or the vehicle option to the left. So okay on there. I don't know why, but I think my controller has literally just died. So let's just put that straight in. So, select an employer. We've only got the one, as you know. And again, with the vehicle, we've only got the one vehicle. We'll put those both in. And then we'll start the job. Or at least we hope to. That's a big garden. Nice, like, isn't it? It looks like some out of the Cotswolds. Old Nook Cottage. Very nice. Shears on the ground there. Have to make sure we don't go over them. I'm not assuming. I don't expect them to be there, mind saying that. Let's just confirm it. At the start of each contract, you have a small period of time to find and remove any objects from the grass area that could either be damaged or damage your vehicle. If you choose to skip around this check and have the objects automatically removed by the interactive with the mower, but this will mean you don't earn as much RP. So we're going to have a walk around. And it's R button to spin. Oh, as it happens, we've got... I don't know what it was, but we picked it up anyway. We need to collect 4 objects, apparently. From the grass. We'll go around the edge and then work our way around. That looks like a tennis ball. So they've clearly got a dog. That's the shears we were on about. Oh. Well, there we go. We've got 3 or 4 so far. And there's another one. Another tennis ball. Cool. Now we can return back to the vehicle. With the grounds check complete, it's time to start cutting the grass. Start off the vehicle and drive over the lawn to begin. And again, I need to make sure that I change the grass cutting height. Again, I'll knock it down to 5. We'll lower the blade. We'll turn the engine on. We'll turn the blades on, sorry. Ah, your performance during cutting will affect how much money and reputation points you earn from the contract. You need to find the balance between the speed and careful driving, avoid damaging the flowers or lawn while cutting quickly to earn a time bonus. Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of the time bonus thing. Am I actually cutting there? I am. Carefully going round without cutting any of the flowers. You go around the edge. I personally would go around the edge at least once, and then around the actual trees and such. The good thing is you can actually turn the camera around. You know, like these flower beds in the middle of the garden, I'd go around them as well. Whoa, oh, nearly. I go from the eye of view, so that way I can see the edge. Make sure I'm not damaging any of the flowers. I should say plants, because it won't just be flowers. I wasn't aware of the time bonus for doing it in a certain time either, so that's something I've picked up as well this time around. Obviously, the last thing you want to do as well is damage the gazebo there, if you call it. It's not a gazebo. I don't know if that's the real word for it, but I couldn't think of it for a minute. I'm making a right hash of that. We'll come back and get that gate later on. It's only a narrow one. It handles really well, really. It's one of those games where you would play it and you wouldn't even realise you've lost a couple of hours. Which are the games I like. When it doesn't feel like you're playing it, it's a good game. I've got a couple of games like that. This has already been added to my wish list over on Steam, because I will be definitely doing more of this in the future. As you can imagine, the bigger the grounds, the bigger the vehicles you're going to get. There'll be different jobs, I'm guessing, as well, because people that do lawn mowing generally do all sorts of gardening, whether that be spraying, I don't know, reseeding, laying patios. I'm not saying that's going to be a case, but it might be something that comes out eventually as the game builds. Now, I was aware I'd actually missed some there. I'm going to grab that now. But the difference being is this particular job, it's not a training one. It is actually an actual job which brings in the pennies. There's a little bit on the edge there that I'd missed. Now, bear in mind, guys, if you want to, I'm actually saying that there is going to be sections that you're going to miss and you're not going to see straight off of the naked eye. But just bear in mind, you can hold the, I think it was the right thumbstick in, and it'll highlight it in white if you've missed from it. Ooh, getting a little bit of lag. I'm not even pressing the button there. And I've damaged the ground because of that. I've been fined. That wasn't me. I think that's just a bit of lag in the game there. Just bear in mind, it probably won't be GPU intensive. It'll probably be hitting your CPU. And there's a lot to take in. He says, I think my GPU just cracked there. So as I was turning around the corner there, for some reason we got a little bit of lag in game, and it caused us to go around in a circle on an area that was already cut, and therefore the blades were chewing the ground up. So we got a fine there, even though I was trying to be so careful, but you can't always guarantee or stop lag when it happens. It's just one of those things. Other than that, bear in mind, we've been playing, what, nearly half an hour, and that's the first issue I've had, but it wasn't a major issue. Again, you just got to take it with a pinch of salt at this moment in time until it's been fully released, and then I'm sure it'll be optimised better for graphics to take the hit rather than your CPU. Be interesting to see how much this is going to be on sale for. Be doing some research myself. We're just going to fly around this field as much as we can and get as much as we can done. You can see exactly there how bad I actually damaged the grounds there, look. So what I'm actually going to do here, I'm actually going to go around this entire bed here in a circle. We'll just finish that little section off. Preferably, we've damaged the flower. You bugger. And that's why you don't rush. We'll do the same thing over here with this one. Well, I don't mean actually do the flower up. What I'm actually going to do is try and get a lot of this curved area here done while we're over here now. While we can. Go around there now. I'm going to be going around that again, so don't worry. Might have just got that little bit around the actual flower bed covered there as I went round. I'm hoping that's the case. Got a couple of little tufty bits. And there, and on there, and then we're just going to get this little bit on the edge here. Got a little bit, I don't know if you can see that, just at the side of that post there, we've got it. Yep, I see another piece that I've missed. There we go. Right, we'll just go up here and get rid of this little ridge. I'm actually quite happy with the way it's gone so far. I mean, yes, okay, I've caught a flower, and then we had that issue with the glitch. But I think I've done a pretty good job going around those flower beds. A blind man would be happy with him. If you are new to the channel, by the way, guys, welcome in. I appreciate you popping in and checking out this video. Oh, nearly. But don't, if you like what you see, by all means, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and also, regardless if you're new to the channel or not, please hit that like button. It does make a huge difference to the channel. Hopefully get the video pushed out to a wider audience. Now people will be saying he's done that wrong, but to be honest with you, it just felt right getting this area out the way because it was the longest piece. Now I'm sure what will be a good thing to bring in is if you're going to damage the ground and get fined for it, then you get the option to repair it, providing it can be repaired. That would be a good element to bring in. No one likes to pay fines. I've overloaded the engine, so let's just bring that up. Let's go and it says I've overloaded the engine. I don't know how I've overloaded it. Can't do anything else. I think it might just be me over revving it maybe. Let's just try that again. We'll put it back down. We'll continue where we were. I might have had a bit of high ground as it come up that warning there. I'm sure there was a tall piece there that I'd missed. There's a little bit of a piece just around the edge of them bushes. And I like the way the character does look behind him. It's just not one of those things where it just automatically goes back, but he does actually, he looks behind it, makes sure he's going in the right direction, not going to hit anything. It's little things, isn't it? So we've almost finished this, like I say. So far, I think we've had 2 fines. One of our own, caused by ourselves, and one not. You've got to remember as well, guys, with it being real wheel, it swings the opposite direction, so you've got to be careful of that when you're reversing your plants. Last thing you want to do is go the up. Oh, I've just damaged the ground again there, look guys. I said only 2 fails and then we get another fine. If you do like your simulators, guys, or your survival type style games, don't forget to check out our playlist. We've got a playlist at the moment for Ostriv, which is a 1700 city builder. And we've also got Transport Fever 2 going as well, which is basically trains, planes and automobiles all wrapped into one game. And not to mention, as I said earlier, we stream over on Twitch. And we do Euro Truck, American Truck, Farming Simulator, Snow Runner, just to name a couple. As well as games like the Hunter Classic. Good. Always nice to see new names in the chat. If you have got any questions regards to anything, guys, whether it's related to this video or not, by all means drop a message in the comments below and I'll do my very best to answer them. Oh, nearly. Now, I don't know how long it would have took if we'd have used a little more on this garden. I do feel like this is slightly bigger in regards to the cutting head. And we've damaged the floor again. That's probably because I think I know what's caused that this time. It's the angle in which you're turning. It seems to cause it. If you turn too sharp, look at the state of that. You would not be happy, would you? If you had a luscious lawn like that, and you loved your garden, you would not be happy with that mess. You certainly wouldn't be getting employed again. You take the vehicle to complete the garden, well, the contract, which I will if I'd completed it, but I hadn't. And I can safely say, I think we have now. Doesn't look too bad, does it? And I wonder if they're bringing things like spraying walls and so on for moss for repairs. So there we go. That is the first contract done at the Old Nook Cottage, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this game, actually, because I know I have. And again, like I said, there will be a link in the description below. If you've got any questions regards to this or streaming or anything else, it doesn't have to necessarily be about this game. By all means, drop me a message. Or you can join our Discord, which is also a link in the description. Or click on the social link, and that'll give you a link to all my social media. On that note, guys, on that note, we're going to call that for this. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications and hit the like button. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao for now.